Haley. This is my experience with Anastazia Alexandria Athena Lennon, also known as Lexity, Anya Athena on Instagram, I believe now. Essentially, I met Anastazia on her stream. She ended up following me on Instagram. She told me that we could hang out. I told her I would teach her to skin an animal and some of the taxidermy process. And everything seemed fine. She told me it would take 2 weeks for her to get to me to visit. She showed up in 2 days, which really, really made me nervous. I had already had plans that day to hang out with some other friends as well. It's still, I'm getting fucking nervous talking about it. It made me really nervous. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I did start drinking immediately when she told me that. It's my fault, not her fault that I started drinking. So by the time she got here, I was already really drunk. And I had missed her call when she got here about twice. And I could tell she was getting upset. She sent me a bunch of messages. She's like, how am I supposed to get in? If you're not going to let me in, how am I supposed to see you? Are you going to let me in, or am I leaving? Am I leaving town? And I'm like, no, like, I'm like, come on, like, I'm going to try to help you find the place. I'm sorry. So she found the place. We go inside. At this point, I am pretty much blacked out entirely. That's where like the night like ends for me, unfortunately, and picks up again a little bit later at a very scary, frightening, confusing time to wake up to what I'm about to talk about. Yeah, so essentially the photo that was taken, my girlfriend Sky took that photo, and I am completely blacked out drunk. I didn't even know the photo was taken until about a week, like 5 days after that Anastazia was here. Yeah. You can see even in the photo that my eyes, one of them is going this way, one of them is going that way. Obviously, I'm clearly very drunk. My eyes don't do that normally. I hope not. I mean, I don't think so. So fast forward, I wake up on the couch and Anastazia has her head on my lap. And she's like sniffing my crotch. I hear her like sniffing my crotch. Her head is on my lap and her hand is like on my crotch, like sort of like moving around a little bit. And I'm like, what is happening? Because the last thing I remember was her like getting here, and I was just showing her like this stuff on my makeup desk. So I get up to go smoke some weed, and she gets behind me and she's like caressing my back. She's like, you have such soft, smooth skin. Like, you're giving me such mixed signals, baby. Like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. I have a girlfriend. And it just goes back and forth for a while. She goes like this to kiss me, and I go like back like this because I don't know that we've already apparently kissed before when I was blackout drunk. And this is where the van comment comes in, where I make a stupid joke about how I stole your van even though I'm right next to her the whole time, and she insults me to my face. I already wrote about that on Reddit. I really don't feel like talking about it again, like the whole story. Yeah. Sorry, my dad's calling me. So, we had planned for Anastazia to sleep on the guest, like, fold-out futon that we have here. But I told her she had to sleep on the couch because she really upset me and hurt my feelings. I woke up the next day, I was vomiting. She starts streaming. And she gets mad that I make a joke and I say the word prostitution on her stream, and she insists that I said it on purpose to get her stream banned, which I definitely did not. Would not do that. I apologize profusely, and she does not care. I blocked her, and she started saying that I was trying to stab her or harass her. Not true. She was saying that I sexually harassed her on the phone call. How can I be the one sexually harassing you when you are flashing me your tits and your dick on the video call, and I'm sexually harassing you? I just don't, I fucking don't, generally don't understand. Please help me understand. I end up finding out that Anastazia says that while I was blackout drunk, she sucked on my boobs, and I don't remember this happening at all. Kissing, making out, and she sucked on my boobs. She said that I did that to her as well. I just don't think that I would. It could be a lie. Yeah. When I found that out, I did start crying. And I was just thinking about that and how that happened, and immediately after that she insulted me to my face, and it was all like thinking about it all together. It's a lot. And then she tried to blackmail me and say that we're no longer going to be friends at all unless you make a video discrediting all the victims and yourself. Like, tell them that you sexually harassed me and that I never sexually harassed anyone at all, like, or abused anyone or anything like that, even though there's proof of it. Voicemail. Yeah. Anastasia, I really tried my best to be your friend. You just took complete advantage of me. I invited you into my house. I was so nice to you. You could have had a friend forever when you fucked it up. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do, girl. You really fucked a lot of shit up for me and a lot of other people, and you will never take accountability for it, apparently. Something I failed to mention is that while I was drunk, Anastasia did end up hugging my girlfriend and groping her and her ass without consent as well. When I was crying after she insulted me to my face and told me that my face is disgusting and that my jaw is too big. I was crying and shaking, and I ended up saying that I really want to hug my mother and my father because I'm originally from North Carolina and I moved here when I was 18. I just turned 26. And when I said that, she wrapped her arms around me and she said, "Yeah, I'm mommy and daddy." And I'm like, "No, I'm talking about like my parents. I want to hug my parents." She also asked my partner if we could all have a threesome. Does that sound like someone who was sexually harassed at my home? Can we please make it make some fucking sense? Please. I was able to get, I found out what happened to me. I asked Anastasia about it. And I felt like she would only give me information if I phrased it in a way that was like, "Oh, I'm interested," or, "Oh, tell me more because I like it." So that's what I did, and that's how I got the information out of her. I asked her what happened and like all of that, gathering information, collection. I've unfortunately had to do it before with another assault, rape type of thing, which is more severe than this one, but yeah. Thanks, Anastasia. I keep remembering stuff, so I'm gonna add some more stuff in. Anastasia was also love bombing me when I woke up and she was on my lap. She was saying that she was in love with me, that she loves me, that I'm everything she's ever wanted. She told me the last time I talked to her that she wanted me to personally tattoo my first name on the back of her calf. And I do think that she was getting upset that I was rejecting her advances when I was sober again and in my right mind and not blackout drunk, because it's almost like I didn't want to do that in the first place. And it's almost like if you're sober, Anastasia, it's almost like I can't consent if you know I'm blackout drunk. You said that you didn't know I was that drunk when things started, but when I'm drunk, you know I'm drunk. I'm a fucking alcoholic. You can tell I'm drunk. In the picture, my eyes are going like this. I was clearly drunk. I think me rejecting her advances, plus the like snarky, haha, I stole your van comment, both of those things really upset her and made her blow up at me and scream in my face even more when she was insulting me, which is very fucking terrifying, by the way. I'm sure you've all seen her scream. Yeah. Another thing is that anytime I would have a disagreement with Anastasia, she would completely disregard everything I was saying to her. She would look at me and she would scream, "Stop bratting. You're bratting right now, stop bratting." Even though I've told her multiple times that I'm not a submissive. When I told her that, she said, "That's not true. You just need I know what you need. You just need a mommy like me. Like, I'm mommy and daddy." She said that to me twice. She was essentially like disregarding like my preferences and trying to, I guess because she likes how I look or like wanted to have sex with me, that she wanted me to be submissive to her in the way that she wanted to, even though I'm not a submissive at all. She also told me that because she is a trans woman and a minority, that all cis women should be submissive to her because she's a trans minority, regardless of their preference.